Alright, welcome to Dummynation. Today I'm going to be doing an overview of how to play. Let me read my notes real quick. So, we'll just play as China, and I will explain everything I see. Everything I took notes of, anyway. Okay, so your budget. Social spending. It increases your population growth, as you can see. Which, in effect, lowers your GDP per capita, because more population means less GDP to go around for everyone. It's good for a long-term economic focus. I usually put this at 15. For research, it increases your research points. It's good for pushing technology, and it's also great for this social engineering diplomatic option. I put this at 8 generally. It's a good balance. Liquidity increases your money. Good for producing more troops and securing alliances. For countries such as China, I like to put this at 27. And military spending makes your troops stronger. It's good for getting an edge if military power is similar. But we're going to keep it at minimum. Yeah. And then whatever you don't spend, you see this total expenditure. The rest of it goes to helping grow your economy. So I'm just gonna apply this. Ideologies. Democracy. I consider this as an economic ideology because you get a buffed up exchange rate. However, you get a penalty to your economy when it comes to foreign relations. You have to keep good foreign relations, otherwise your economy is going to suffer. You also get a chance to gain allies through democratic solidarity, but it's not worth it. Also to note, the top 2 sliders influence the third slider. So that's something to keep in mind. Liberator, like, if I was a democracy, like, let's just say if I was the USA, Liberator would help against China, which is me. And military service strengthens your own militias. Autocracy, this is another thing that I consider economic, but there's also some military here because you're reducing your upkeep, so it's more balanced. This paramilitary reduces your maintenance cost. Martial law decreases any chance of enemy militia forming when you get invaded or when you're invading someone. Both of these sliders affect corruption, which lowers your military strength and your exchange rate due to lower political freedom. Communism. This is a military focused thing because it ruins your economy. Let me just edit this right now. I'm going to run 50-0 communism this game. Yeah. Come on, let me select 50. But call to arms, it's not worded well, but it allows you to get like 70% more troops per year. Effectively. Because you are limited by year. So you can only recruit based on how much you can get per year. And then, that's fascism. Planned economy increases your limit for budget spending. So, like, usually your limits here are going to be 40, 20, 30, 40. And communism allows you to extend that. Maybe as a smaller nation, you could push liquidity to max with planned economy. But I don't want to bother with that as China, because we're not running that much anyway. Here's the worst ideology in the game, theocracy. The first one increases your population growth. You can just crank up social spending to get that. The second one increases rebels spawning in defense of your own country if you get invaded. As a big country, we don't really have to worry about that. Both of these ruin your research point production. If this was a little more powerful, I'd be using this more often, but as it stands, this is the weakest ideology in the game. Fascism. Blitzkrieg allows you to take territory faster. It also increases your movement speed. And then exploitation makes troops cheaper. This is probably the most powerful ideology in the game if you're aiming for cheaper troops. Alright. What else do I want to explain? Military strength. Alright, so first thing, attack power. That's just your basic attack. Defensive power is this little armor icon. This is just like, I just view this as countering this attack thing up there. And then piercing, which rockets and gunners are strong at, counters defense. The last one here is speed. That's just how fast your slowest troop is, and which is usually tanks. Military unit basics, commandos. They're strong in attack. They're weak in defense and piercing. So this is just something that's strong against gunners because they have no defense. Gunners will be a counter against tanks. I just worry about their defensiveness because tanks are... Yeah, it's hard to explain. Tanks are an armor unit. They tend to counter infantry in my experience. And then rockets are a hard counter to tanks. And then planes, they're the best unit in the game. Like I've seen AI armies where AI has like maybe 2, 3, maybe double the size of me, just get knocked down by a rack of planes. One more thing about rockets, they are very weak to commandos and gunners. Because they just don't have the attack power to take down commandos and gunners. Military movement basics. These 5 bars, there will be 6 bars down here. They allow you to select how much military you want to choose for your commands down here. First things first, drag will always move the entire army, so it doesn't matter about that bar. Alright, so the button I just clicked is go home, that's the 6th button here. Move, so this move will just move your entire army. Attack will attack a nation of where you click basically. Attack and spread will attack a country you select and spread their army into multiple little pieces. Protect will put your army on defense on a spot, and if an enemy attacks you, you will get hit there. They will just go and deal with it. Patrol, you can make a circle. Your army will just keep circling around that. Stop stops all orders. Alright, now let's explain research. So the first one in all the trees is your discount. You get the best value at 3 if you don't plan on using any of the last 2 on any tree. So like for military, it's war tactics and nuclear weapon. For economic research, it's war economy and economic stimulus. And for social research, it's war propaganda and urban planning. If you are going to use either of these 2, then you'll want 5 ticks in the discount. Yeah. Now let me explain the rest of these. Combat training increases the attack power of all your infantry. It also increases the piercing power of all your infantry. Reactive armor basically improves the defense of your tanks, rockets, planes. Aerodynamics, you get the best unit in the game, but it is the most expensive unit in planes. National Guard, if you got a lot of infantry, which as a communist nation you're going to generally have a lot of infantry, this is a great way to reduce your maintenance costs. Guerrilla warfare, it just improves your militia. War tactics improves the strength of your army by up to 20%. Generally the best value for war tactics is 0.3 points into that. And it's 0.3 per tick. Nuclear weapon. So when you look at a nuclear weapon would allow me to basically eliminate the economy and population of like any of these hot zones. Self-sufficient economy reduces the dependency of my economy on foreign relations up to 50%. Since we're building economy, I generally go economic focus just because it's better for my sanity's sake. I do like going self-sufficient economy to increase the exchange rate. Digital economy boosts your exchange rate, but it increases your dependency on like having good relations with everyone else. Smart taxation improves the effect that everything that's not total expenditure has on your economy by up to 20%. The thing about self-sufficient economy is it helps counter the digital economy debuff towards self-sufficiency. Remittance improves your economic growth by up to 15%. So down there. It improves diplomatic relations by 10%. So it will improve these by 10%. And reduces population growth, you can see it's 1.6 right there, by 5%. This is generally worth it, especially because you can just fire up welfare state to get your social spending to have more impact on your growth rate. Social spending. A lot of people don't go down this tree first, and I'm just like, why? International aid keeps you from going into too many wars too early. Because it like, you see India attacking, and my relations are reducing, it would lower that by 30%. Especially if I attack. Moral high ground makes all diplomatic actions, such as economic aid, up to 200% cheaper. So I think it divides it by 3? I'm not sure on that one, but all it does is make it cheaper. Blind nationalism means more militias, and it also slows down the rate which people at war with me can take my territory. I can't add more commandos yet. Innovative spirit. This is another one that I like going down the social tree for, because you see this 2.78, it'll improve it by 20%. Natalism. I'm not sure how do you pronounce that. Boost that population growth by 25%. So like right there, it would boost that by 25%. War propaganda. We're already running communism for that, but it would allow me to get an extra 20% troops for that, or 10% at 0.3 research points. And urban planning just allows me to put population like anywhere. Like China has a lot of zero areas. I don't think I went over war economy. It reduces this maintenance cost by 50%. Like, I'd probably be spending like 1% or maybe even 0.9% on my military per tick or something. And an economic stimulus, you can just pop it here and it'll boost your economy. I don't use it that often, but it is a powerful tool. Alright, those are the basics. I'm going to end do I want to end this video on that, or do I want to try and explain more concepts? We're gonna wait. I want to explain more concepts. Like, there is something called cheese, which is where you split your stack into a maximum of 32 and get a lot of land really quick. I think it's definitely a cheese, because I don't think that's an intended mechanic in this game. Like, there's no way it's an intended mechanic in the game. But I'm gonna try and show the cheese. I just gotta find a nation which is small but weak. Afghanistan, but Pakistan already blocked me. Yeah, I don't think we really have cheese right now, so we're gonna add speed to this just to speed this up. Yeah. So I've explained everything that I want to explain. I guess I could explain where I usually put ideologies at. For democracy, I've seen 61-25, I've seen 40-40, I like 40-25. For autocracy, I like 60-50. For communism, I like 50-0. I don't run theocracy. And for fascism, I like 29-34. It's generally not a good idea to run zeros, so like 0-0, especially for democracy and autocracy, because they have negative impacts. The rest of these, it's okay to run a 0. Now, for autocracy, communism, theocracy, and fascism, you don't want to run at max because you're going to end up with serious impacts to your exchange rate. Like, minus 90 exchange rate is no laughing matter. Like, that's going to kill you. Other things to know. Fascism will be the cheapest. Like, if you're keeping your troops going the entire time, fascism will run through the least amount of money, while communism, because you're recruiting more troops at a time, will be the most expensive. I think democracy, autocracy, and theocracy are about the same when it comes to recruiting troops. What else is there to explain? I think Japan is going. Yeah, I'm gonna try and just show the cheese on. Yeah, I can't show the cheese yet. Which what I want to do. So let's speed this up a bit more. What else is there to explain? Oh yeah, the UI down here. Overview just shows your general stats: GDP, population, GDP per capita, your size, your military power, and your defense power, and your political freedom. This is important, especially if someone's running democracy. Troops, we explained that already. Commandos, gunners, yeah, we explained that. Democracy shows everyone you're allied to, which is above 75. Shows everyone you're at war with you, below 25. Shows who's closest to at war with you, worst relations, and shows who's closest to being your ally, best relations. Claims. Basically, some countries do start with countries that are claiming their land, your land. Like, right now, India's invaded like Nepal, so they have. Hang on. So they have claims on that. They also have claims on Pakistan, and they have claims on my land. Like they're holding 194 that could be my land. All right. Next tab is battles. This shows the results of every battle you've been in. It also shows the terrain modifier, which basically nerfs defense and piercing attack. It also shows if whoever got a defense modifier. So like if India was attacking Sri Lanka here, so Sri Lanka got a defense modifier. Here in terrain, India was throwing troops at Pakistan and lost 177,330 commandos versus Pakistan, and Pakistan got a 14% defense modifier. I think that's due to terrain. I think terrain helps your defense modifier based on what it's showing here. Yeah. Terrain helps defenders, and it also nerfs tanks and rockets. Budget. This shows every country's budget, like their whatever they're using to push the economy, whatever they're getting in liquidity, their military spending, their social spending, their R&D. Budget shows that. Bonuses. It shows all the research that you've done, and all the perks of your ideology. So we've explained that now. Have I explained, okay. I need to explain progress now. Progress is how close you are to winning. Oh shit, I need to keep building troops, right? Progress is how close you are to winning. It is, for a standard game, the win condition is half of this world's GDP. So, yeah. You need half of this figure down here under the world tab to win the game. Economic growth just shows how fast your economy is growing. Ideally, you want your economic growth to match or exceed the world's. So there's that. GDP per capita. It's just your GDP divided by your population. It also affects things like troop cost and military spending upkeep. Population growth just shows how fast your population is growing. Ideally, you want this above the world's. Obviously, area is land area. Your military power is the value of attack, defense, and piercing power combined. That is your military power. That's what it looks like anyway. 75, 127, 120, 132. Yeah, it's basically the combination of attack power, defense power, and piercing power. Yeah. Can't add that. What else is there? Diplomacy. Your own country is going to be marked with a dash, and diplomacy is your relations with everyone else. Political freedom is a value. It shows just how free you are politically. I'm not sure how to explain it. All I know is the only thing that really gets affected by that is your exchange rate. So the higher your political freedom, the higher your exchange rate. And also democracy, if you are half the political freedom or less, they get a boost in nerf. If you get attacked by a democracy with more than double your political freedom, so like if I get attacked by a democracy and they have a 70.01 or higher for political freedom, my militias will get nerfed due to their liberator power. And then defense power, it's just the combination of their military power of your allies, of that country's allies. So like right now, I don't really have any allies except North Korea. So I only get North Korea's value added to mine. Okay, so now I've explained the ranking thing right here. Is there more to explain? I don't think there is except the cheese. I want to explain the cheese, but I need to get to a point where I'm able to attack someone big. Okay, Mexico. Okay. So how you cheese is simple. Let's send my army to Mexico right now. My entire army. I'm gonna press the keybind 1, which is 10%. Let's just wait for my army to get there. Alright, how you cheese. You get 32 stacks, so you can press F1 to move. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I didn't do the Yucatan. Now hopefully this doesn't cause a war to be declared. I'm just going to move you to the Yucatan. Hopefully Mexico's okay with this, right? But yeah, the cheese is, you have 31 stacks. Let me see if we can split this more. Yeah. So this is so we can't split this more. I'm going to peace out with USA here, so that we don't have to worry about this. Alright. And so what I'm waiting is for all my troops to be in position. Some people like to declare war first and then go for it. I like my troops to be in position before I go for it. Alright, so these are too far, so I'm gonna move you guys down a bit. Alright. So this is the cheese. You have 32 stacks separated. We go max speed, we click declare war, and basically it takes everything. And I find this extremely stupid, you know? It is extremely stupid in my mind that this is actually a thing in this game. Like, I cannot believe that's a thing in this game. It's dumb, it's ridiculous, but it works very well. Like, I just proved it works on Mexico even. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. So now that I've explained how to cheese, now we're just going to play the game and try and win. So, is Mexico defeated? Yeah, Mexico's gone, it appears. I only am at war with Brazil. Yeah, so I've explained everything in this game. Alright, so I'm probably going to cut out everything else after, because it's going to be irrelevant to this, but yeah. I'm gonna cut out everything else after and... Oh, wait. I'm going too fast. I still need to be recruiting. Yeah, always be building. And then, in my case, I like doing 90 days. But yeah, it should always be building. You should never stop building troops. Alright, India. Alright, can I do cheese on India? Like, I know I can do cheese on India. Alright. All my troops are here. We need to peace out with you right here so that I can properly do cheese. Okay, we press the 1 for 10%. We press F1 32 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Let's see if India will be okay with me doing this. And then where's the weak point? I'm going to move you further down. And this stack can go here. Okay. So this is the second example of cheese. Yeah, so just wait for everything to get there. Alright, pause the game. Click declare war. Go quick. Alright, everything's good. Everyone can go home. Right, so we've cheesed everything out of here. We've cheesed a lot. It doesn't work as well on India. But we went for as much of India as possible, so it wasn't a great idea. Yeah, we went for a lot of India, so we did take out most of the economic zones of India at once, so that's great. Now we just put one stack and go. Want 90 days. Want 90 days. But it's always keep building. That is the main thing. Always keep building. Yeah. So yeah. So if I want a faster time, I would go slower here. All right. Let's just spread you guys out. Because I'm spreading you out because you are outside of the Indian mainland now. The Indian subcontinent. So where is the remains? Okay, so India's gone. So we can send everything home. We can keep building troops. Alright. Alright. I can show you how cheese works on Japan here. So I've proven that cheese can work on a country the size of Mexico pretty well. Can cheese work on like the Japanese mainland? It probably should work on the Japanese mainland. Like I just hate this. I just don't like cheesing, but it works so well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Damn it, I gotta redo it. Wait. Okay. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Will Japan let me just camp 32 stacks right here? Probably not, but yeah, so we were gonna wait for all our stacks to get in place. Again, I view this as really stupid. I think it's the cheesiest thing in this game. The fact that this cheese exists. Also, it's very hard to cheese in multiplayer because you're gonna have to do this you're gonna have to put 32 separate stacks, which requires a lot of clicking. So the fastest way I can think of is press 5 split, press 5 split. It's too many press 5 splits. Alright. And then we declare war. We speed up. And we get all of Japan. Now at this point, I'm just gonna spread and go. But yeah. That is very quick. Like it's absurdly quick. Yeah, that's absurd. In fact, now our military is the size where I can probably take out USA. Now, USA is some place which I do not want to do the split on. Yeah, I don't want to do a full-fledged split on USA. You know? You know, at this point, we can just go for it. Just keep recruiting. Yeah, USA screwed up. So we can just put a stack right here. Just keep recruiting. Let's combine these stacks. All right. We'll do the manual split. So we're gonna split these into 32 separate stacks manually. It's gonna be difficult to do this. We're gonna split this into eighths. 1, 2. Because the goal is to go fast. Alright, so we split it into eighths. We gotta keep recruiting, of course. North Korea does not like that I am gonna win the game, so... What did they do? They went for the attack. But yeah, always keep building, and you're fine. Let me fire up remittance, just for that little bit of extra economic growth. Alright, USA, no one's gonna defend you at this point, so... We can do multiple. I don't want to send that stack anywhere. We can now just split and go safely. And just keep splitting and going. Yeah. And then Germany would win us the game. Alright, let's send this army now. Let's do a max stack there. Let's keep recruiting. Yeah, we gotta keep recruiting. That's the important thing. Like, this is still not gonna be a very fast China pace, but it's gonna be fast enough for my purposes. It's not a fast China pace. Alright, so yeah. Have we eliminated USA, or is there still remains? Where is USA? We'll click you. Where are you? Let's just be like, we're done fighting you. So you should be at 30 now. Where are your remains? Okay. Everyone can just go home. Let's keep recruiting. At this point, I'm going to lower our liquidity to 15. We're at a dominant liquidity number that shouldn't need much more. Shouldn't need too much, basically. Let's finish off Russia. And after that, we can go grab Germany to win the game. Yeah, keep going into Russia. Yeah, keep going into Russia. Just hard focus Russia. We're gonna push down smart taxation. We're gonna push down war economy, and we're gonna push down welfare state here. Italy blocked us, so we're just gonna peace out with Russia here. All right. Let's go for Germany, the German mainland. It's a risk. But what isn't risking in it? If we can get you in Germany's mainland, that would help tremendously, you know? Yeah, I think I lost this. So now my army's dead. So this happens sometimes where you overcommit. And you just need to just crank out troops. How you fix it is to crank out troops. You need to crank it so that they stop invading you. Okay, so yeah, you just need to push troops, push troops, push troops. That's all you need to do. You don't need to worry about anything but pushing troops right now. Because eventually, they will stop invading you. Just right now, they've stopped invading me. All because I've been pushing infantry up. So yeah, there is that much. Like, Russia's now going after me, but all they want is, like, coast. Yeah, Russia still has a significant army. It's not large enough to impact how I'm going to play this game, though. So yeah, we were able to rebuild our army. Yeah. You still got to continue to build. Alright, I'm going to go down military research. Because, well, I'm building a military. Heavy infantry, so we're gonna start paying for it. Alright. So right now, Italy is super weak. We can go for Germany, though. Eliminate that. Yeah, if we can completely eliminate Germany here, that's great. Alright, Brazil. We can completely eliminate Brazil here. We need to continue to produce troops, though. Yeah, Saudi Arabia's like, no, we're not going to let you win. Nice try, though, right? Because that's Saudi Arabia right now. Yeah. Yeah, so Italy's next, if I can get to Italy. Which I can. Right, so everyone goes home. We continue to produce troops. Like, yeah, we were able to get out of that. Which is nice. Alright, Italy, you're next. Always keep producing. Like, I'm going too fast, so this always keep producing thing isn't really working in my case. But yeah, always keep producing troops. Like, if you go a little slower, you'll do a lot better with always producing troops. So we're still going. What? Yeah, I'm still fighting Italy. Am I still fighting Italy? Italy is gone, so we can just throw our troops home. Continue to keep producing the troops. Alright, we're gonna throw up maintenance because we have a heavy infantry, which means it's going to respond to that. You'll say small enough that I don't really want to worry about it. Alright, our military size is large enough. We should just eliminate Spain. I know Spain has territories everywhere, but we should just eliminate them. Alright. This should be GG's. Should be. Might not be. Because Saudi Arabia is invading. Alright, it's not GG's, but invading Saudi Arabia will be GG's. Alright, GG's. Alright, so we have the early portion that is a Dummynation, kind of a deep dive. We have 3 instances of cheese, where we prove it works on Mexico. It mostly works on India. It definitely works on Japan. And we have another China one. So this is going to be uploaded on Thursday. If you have anything else that you have questions on, or if you have any suggestions, leave a comment below. If you really liked the video, like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.